This is activity 2.1.2, mass properties analysis. This video will focus now on model 3, the support bracket. Check your document setting and make sure that you are using inches for your units, and start a new component and name it support bracket. For this model, I'll show you a different method for drawing something more complex like this, which is symmetric if you cut it through the middle. So let's start a new sketch on the front plane, and we are going to draw two rectangles like so. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this in half and draw this side that I have here. So all of my dimensions, my length dimension, will be reduced by half. So click on sketch dimension, and this length, instead of 9, I'll use 4.5 inches. And then for the thickness, we'll still stay with 0.5. So click, drag, and then type 0.5. So the other thing that we need to dimension would be the height of this piece right here, which is 3.5. So I click here and drag and type 3.5. Okay, and its thickness would be, okay, it says here 0.5. So thickness is 0.5. And then we have to define the distance of this surface or this edge to the right edge. And that distance is, okay, it's written right here, 2 inches. So from this edge to this edge is 2 inches. As you can see, I have both rectangles fully constrained, so I could finish my sketch now. Click home and extrude it. Okay, so I selected both profiles as mentioned here, and then I need to extrude it out. I could get the overall dimension by looking at these numbers down here. So from this edge, from the front edge to the center of the slot, okay, it's 1.5, and then from one center of the slot to the other center, it's 2 inches, and that means from this center of this slot to the back edge should be 1.5 as well. So that means 1.5 plus 2 plus 1.5, that would be 5 inches. So I click OK. And now I'm going to draw the circle. So create a new sketch on this surface and create a circle. Dimension the circle, and the dimension of this circle is 1.5. It says 2 holes, so which means both holes is 1.5 in diameter, so 1.5. And then how far is that center of that circle to the back edge? It's 2.5. So from the back edge to here is 2.5, and then from the top edge to the center of the circle, it's 2. So click, click, and then now type 2. And my circle now is fully constrained. So finish my sketch, extrude that, and through all, and the operation is cut, so it's going to cut through this part. So if I rotate it, you could see that it went through it. All right, next I need to draw a slot here. So I create a new sketch on this surface, and under create, I go choose slot. And I'm going to use the center to center slot. So click, drag, and then click once more, and then create that slot. Okay, the radius of the slot is 0.375. So let's do dimension again. The radius of this slot is 0.375. And the distance from this center to the other center is 2 inches. So click drag 2 inches. And then from the center of the slot to the edge is 1.5. Okay, 1.5. All right, and the last thing that we have to put would be from the right side, okay, from the right edge to the center. One of the centers of the slot is 1 inch. So here to here would be 1. And now my slot is fully constrained. So I click finish sketch. I extrude down. So I say extend type through all, and it didn't cut. So I'm just going to flip the direction. Now it's going to cut through that material. So I click OK. And then there is a note here that says chamfers are 1 inch by 1 inch typical, which means all of the chamfers that you see here, the distance is 1 inch. So I go to modify, chamfer. I click on the edges that I need to chamfer. And then I'm going to use equal distance, and it would require just one value, which is 1. And then it chamfered all of those edges. So I click OK. And I have all of those chamfered. The last thing I'm going to do now is I will click create and select mirror. And it says here, I'm going to mirror the body. There's different selections here, but I need to mirror this entire body. So I click and drag to select the entire body. And I click on mirror plane. So I select that. And then I rotate around, and I'm just going to use this edge as my mirror plane. And as you can see, it mirrored the entire thing. And just make sure that you are using join for your operation. So it's going to be just one body. So I click OK, and now I'm done. So now I hit save, and we're going to change the name to support bracket. Click save, and now we are ready to assign material to it. So physical material, and then it says here the model is made up of aluminum 6061. So under metal, look for aluminum 6061. So I'll choose the first one. So I click, drag, and drop it into the 3D model. I hit close, and now I'm going to look at the properties. And then click on physical. Now I have the mass, the volume, the density, the area, and the center of mass of my drawing. Okay, so I hit close, and I hit save once more.